Hi, everyone. It's Cassandra Williamson with Transgender Diverse Veterans of America and with our action group. Now, I want to make sure the disclaimer is clearly stated on this. One, all the opinions expressed here are mine and mine alone. They do not necessarily represent those of any particular organization, agency, department, government, or person anywhere on the planet. They're mine. And yeah, they're strictly mine. And if you're under the age of 18, leave. This is not a place for you. All right. Therefore, we have a great show coming up right now. We're going to be talking with Sarah Cassandra, who is the chair of our C3 side, the TDVA part of the organization. And she was going to talk with us about some of the things that are taking place over on the C3. Therefore, and I'll use therefore twice. Somebody probably shouldn't do that. Let me see. Okay. I have fun, Sarah. Just so you know, this is a fun show.
That's the way it's supposed to be, and I enjoy it as well.
Good. So with that, let's do the intro. Welcome, Sarah Cassandra, chair of the C3 for TDVA. How are you today?
I am super fantastic.
Super
fantastic. I want to thank you for allowing me to partake in a small segment of your show today to give a few announcements for TDVA.
Okay, go for it. Floor is yours.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay. One of the first things that I wanted to announce, and it's been on our website, and we've talked about it a little bit a few times, is our Go Transport deliverable. And what that is that allows veterans of very, very moderate means to be able to have rides scheduled for them to and from their medical appointments, whether it be to the VA or some other medical provider. Okay. And we are now at the point where we've got our technical infrastructure completed to where it works. We'll probably still be making changes to it in the future, but it works. And we've also got some funding, thankfully, and I'm very grateful for it, from Michael Pett of the Uber Corporation. We're in our pilot phase now. We hope to be scheduling our first ride in the pilot over the next few weeks. And then once we work out any possible kinks that we encounter and fix those, to then provide this and roll it out nationally. So that's where we are with Go Transport. And that's an exciting phase of our organization, at least for me. A second announcement that I wanted to make is that we've been working diligently. I can't speak. Sorry for stepping on my tongue. We've been working diligently on our bylaws. And we've got the majority of them written right now. They've actually been written for about a month and a half. And we want to get them out to all of our members for a vote. All we need to do is package them in a form that makes it accessible for you to read, review, and then vote on. So hopefully we'll be getting that out by the end of the week or the beginning of next week as well.
Okay, that's great. That's really good news. Can I ask you a question before you jump into something else?
Sure.
Okay. So back on the Go Transport part, I'm going to put the logo in the corner. How's that? All right. So yeah, question is, you're going to be rolling it out kind of incrementally. So where are you rolling it out first? What are your plans on doing that? And how do you plan on accomplishing that? What's your goal?
We're going to roll it out in a very small geographic area initially. And right now, since I live in New York, it'll be the Manhattan. It'll be the 5 boroughs of New York City. And as we find it works, we'll expand that. The way I see that working right now is we're going to be looking for places to find people within our LGBT community who are also veterans, because being a veteran is the only people that we're going to provide this to. And we want to provide it to people who necessarily can't afford it on their own. So those are the two criterias that we're looking at.
That's good. That's
Be a
good.
veteran and basically means tested.
Yeah. So basically, even though we're starting out trying to go with some of the LGBTQ plus veterans, the whole alphabet soup of the veteran space there in the minority status group, but we're not excluding this just to that population of veterans. We want to make sure that this is available to all veterans in need. And that's
Exactly.
right.
The
Right.
only reason why I mentioned that is because they seem to be the most disadvantaged right now and in need. But yes, it is open to all of our veterans.
Right. Good. That's fantastic to hear. I'm so glad to hear that. Do you have any kind of projections on how long the test period will last in New York City in the 5 boroughs?
Yeah. I'll be real specific, as short as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I,
Oh, good.
actually, to be more specific, I would hope it's 30 days or less, but it really is dependent upon any issues that arise and that we need to work through.
Now,
Hopefully, it will be 30 days or less because I don't anticipate too many issues arising.
right. So the other challenge that is faced with your Go Transport program, though, is a continuous stream of funding. So we know that that's going to be crucial. If anyone out here is listening to this or a recording of this, and you want to contribute to this Go Transport program, you do it from our C3 side. It would be www.tdva-or.online, www.tdva.online. Go there, find the donate page, and on there you can specify what you want to do with that. There's an option in there for that. But this is going to be a cost-intensive process as we roll it out. And going to incrementally adjust it across the country as we need to, but it takes money. So all of you out there, anyone listening to this thing, please consider donating to this program. Go Transport's going to need your help. We are being supported in part by our good friends at Uber Corporation through Michael Pett, the veterans liaison person, the military liaison contact we have there, a good friend. And so with that, we need all the Wall Street people listening.
One important fact to mention as well is that any donations you make on the C3 side, and if you want it specifically to Go Transport, it is tax deductible to the donor. So that's a little added benefit for you as well. And if you designate it directly to Go Transport, we will segregate that money and make sure it is only used for that purpose.
Right. Thank you. Yes, absolutely crucial for people to understand. And for those people willing to give $1,000 or more, please reach out and let us know so that we can send you a really good thank you note for that. So especially if you're on, I know we got a lot of friends on Wall Street, and there's veterans on Wall Street. And I know some of you could probably give 50,000. So just saying.
We are able to accept $50,000 or more.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. I didn't think there was a limit. All right. So
keeping in line though with the Go Transport, one of the other things that I wanted to do is we need coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
And these, I want to put a request out to everyone listening and watching today. If you have the time to volunteer as a coordinator, we would love to train you for that position, and you can be directly involved in helping some of your fellow veterans out there. And I should retract that. It doesn't have to be you as a volunteer. You don't necessarily need to be a veteran, but you will be helping veterans by being a coordinator. And a coordinator is someone who will look at the request for rides, verify the status of the ride as being coming from a veteran, and then being available to support that veteran with any issues that may arise during that ride.
Okay.
So it's a very important position, and if you're willing to be a veteran, be a volunteer, then please contact us, either Cass, myself, through the website on the contact page right now. But we will be putting up a page specifically with the request for volunteers for coordinators.
Great. That's fantastic to hear. Now, so far we're about 10 minutes or so into this recording, maybe 12 minutes into it. So what I'm going to try to do is kind of keep it around 15, Sarah, because that way it makes it something I can easily package and put out there as just a standalone thing. Okay. So what was the next topic that you wanted?
There's only one other, and that is something that you and I discussed yesterday, and that is a mentorship program for people who are transitioning. And that is in the earliest stages right now of development, but I'd like to get that out there as soon as possible. There are so many people who transition and have a difficult time with it. And I feel that might be due to the lack of planning. And they may have been thinking about transitioning for quite some time, but that doesn't mean they thought about a plan on actually how to go about doing it successfully with the least stress possible and the best acceptance that they could receive. So we will be establishing a mentor program with WPATH guidelines to make sure people do it safely, correctly, and like I had mentioned, with the best results. So that is something that I'd like to announce today. And Cass and I and others in the organization will be working on that deliverable as well. And that is really all I wanted to convey today. And I want to thank you again, Cass, for allowing me the time on your show to do that.
Yes, no problem. I'm glad to have you here. Really, really, really. It's very appreciated. And also, if anyone saw the little thumbnail that was presented at the very beginning, that's Sarah standing in front of Chief Mingo. Sarah and I standing in front of Chief Mingo down in Williamson, West Virginia.
I had to ask what it was. I didn't know who that statue was representing, but now I do. And I have to admit, being in the foothills of Kentucky was absolutely beautiful. And thank you for hosting me there.
No problem. I'm glad to have you here. We need to bring more people together. Okay, with that, I would like to just go ahead and close out the show. And Sarah, if you'll stick around for just a second, we'll talk a few things after I end the live stream. So let me close out with our outro. Okay, here we go.